All right, welcome to A Couple of Instigators. With me, I have Jen from Toronto. Toronto, close to Toronto, right?
Close to Toronto, but half an hour.
The closest that okay. So, at any rate, I'm going to consider you my expert of all things the royal wedding right now.
Oh, Jesus.
You're the closest I have to. But, of course, I know you watched it, and, we've been talking about it. And you have off a paid day? Like a holiday, right?
We have a holiday, yeah. It's not actually because of the wedding, but it is Victoria Day.
Okay.
It is Victoria Day weekend.
Okay, so
for Queen Victoria.
Oh, okay. That's what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any other, holidays for the royalties?
No.
No, just Queen Victoria Day.
Yeah, just that one.
Okay, and I know I have been to Toronto and, several times, and I remember going there during this holiday and not knowing, obviously, it was a holiday for you guys, and the majority of the stores were closed. I was so pissed. I was like, what's going on? I'm here with my money. I want to spend my money.
That must have been a long time ago, because that doesn't happen nearly as much anymore.
Okay,
especially in the city.
Yes, it was a long time ago, actually, I remember. That.
Yeah, especially our town, everything will be closed tomorrow, but the city, everything will still be open.
Everything stays open, right? Right. So, that could be similar to, we have coming up Memorial Day. Still, nobody really closes on Monday. Our banks, our post office, stuff like that.
And what's that holiday for?
You're asking me? Something to do with, veterans.
Okay.
Yeah, something to do with the veterans, the Memorial Day.
That makes sense.
It's usually the one that kicks off the summer, that long weekend, and then at the end, we have Labor Day, which is a long weekend towards the end, and that usually signals at the end of everything. So that's where, true. Right, so that's where you don't wear, people used to say, you don't wear white until Memorial Day, because that's summer.
And then not again after Labor Day.
Right. But I think that rule is gone, right? People wear white now whenever they want.
They do. I'm a very messy eater, so you will never catch me in white.
Yeah. Well, I'm a horrible eater. Messy like that. Everything lands on my boobs. No matter where I go, everything just lands there. So
I unfortunately don't have that problem.
Yeah. So I have a lot of stains in that area. So... But I wear a lot of bright colors. I really don't wear too much dark colors. Okay, so the royal wedding. Everybody is bitching about her dress. It seems like nobody liked her dress.
It wasn't what I expected. I think it was beautiful. I think she's very classic on her own, and I don't think she needed all the glitter and lace and all of that to show off. I just think it suited her personality very well. It wasn't what I expected, though.
What were you expecting?
Something more fitting, something more like what Kate wore.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she'd have tighter top, big hoopy skirt.
See, I didn't expect a big
lots
skirt.
Lots of sparkles.
Yeah, no, she completely played that down, and people are not, loving it. Poor Diana. They sent her out in that humongous cotton ball. That poor thing.
How did she even move?
Okay, but also let's remember, when was that? That was the big hair days. Right. The big hair, everything, the big shoulder pads. So the style back then was, a lot different for Diana, where I think that, obnoxious dress didn't look so obnoxious. Now when you look back, that was completely over the top and insane.
Yeah.
But,
how long do you think that dress is on AliExpress?
Wait, though. Okay, so speaking of Ali and stuff like that, what about the earrings? Are already on there for $2.
They went crazy yesterday. They had the earrings, they had the rings, they had tiaras.
Oh, right.
bad marketing decision. They totally should have been doing that 6 weeks ago, so it would have shipped in time, so everybody could have been wearing it.
Exactly. But then I guess everybody, since seeing the wedding now, wants these items. But I was like cracking up when I saw like her earrings were on Ollie for $2 like the next day. The $2 knockoff of her earrings.
I heard while she's walking down the aisle, sketches are already being sent to designers to copy the dress.
Right. Now, they said the dress didn't fit right. I guess it was a little bit loose.
I did read that with all the stress, everything going on with her family and stuff, she lost a ton of weight.
Like at the last...
The 2 weeks before the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's the royal family. They should have tailors. Like, Oprah's whole dress was remade the night before the wedding.
Oh my gosh, I know. Did you see that on her Instagram?
Yep.
She said it was the wrong
I think they could
color.
have taken it in for her. I think she just didn't want something crazy fitted.
Mm-hmm.
She's gotten very different. Like, that's how she dressed when she was on TV and stuff. I think she's going a different way.
Did you watch that show?
I got about 4 seasons in. I really enjoyed it, and then I sort of lost interest.
Yeah. I never tried to watch it at all. But, I mean, even before she became, engaged to Harry, I know people had talked about that show, really enjoyed it, like, before, it became...
Oh, yeah, long before them. It was great.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've never really watched that show. I've never really seen anything that she's done. But now her hair. Okay, they were all saying how her hair was a complete mess. I don't know. I liked her hair. I mean, she purposely, I think, had that little piece. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And it,
again, I think that's who she is.
And the fact that she hardly had any makeup on, like that, to me, I love that. That she didn't have all that makeup, like, caked on and contouring. And, I mean, that's just too much.
You could see her little freckles.
She didn't have, like, any base. You know what I mean? None of that. She had just a teeny bit of lipstick and a little bit of eye makeup. Very simple. But I have to say, in everything I've ever seen her, she usually doesn't wear all that makeup.
Yeah.
Right? Even in suits,
beautiful.
right?
Yeah, just very natural, beautiful.
But also, I noticed, Jen, that people that are naturally beautiful still cake that shit on.
Yes.
So...
I do go a little heavy-handed with the eyeliner.
But that's your eyes. I'm talking about the whole... I'm talking about the contouring and, like, 6 layers and the whole contouring thing.
I don't know how to do that. I would look like a circus clown.
I don't know, but I watch these makeup tutorials, and these girls are, like, piling it on. And they're
I wouldn't even know what to buy.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you watch any of those tutorials, they'll tell you, and it is completely insane. And it's like you just rebuilt a whole new face, like making your nose look thinner, your cheekbones look higher, and it's just insane. And some of these girls I don't know. My personal opinion is I don't think they look that good with it all on. But what do I know? We can't all be naturally beautiful.
This is true.
So yeah, that brings me to my new joke I did this weekend. I just wrote this new joke and I did it, and I was like, Cindy, people always ask me, Cindy, how do you stay looking so young? And I tell them it's called food, nature's Botox, fat don't crack. So that's why I don't need any of that. But if I was to lose weight, I would probably need contouring and Botox. I don't know, but I'm going all natural. Except for I'm still eating meat. I know you don't eat the meat.
You and your garbage plates of meat.
Yeah. So I've told Jen about a garbage plate, and she's just doesn't quite get it. And then when
what's on it?
Okay, so it's the macaroni salad, which I don't believe have you heard of macaroni with mayonnaise in it?
Yes, that's how we make macaroni salad.
Okay, you do there, because in the South they don't.
Yeah, we don't do that oily stuff.
Right. Okay. So it's that. It's like a home fry, like the chunky potato fries, and some people do it with beans, like baked beans. That's gross. I wouldn't do that. Then you put on there 2 cheeseburgers or two hot dogs, and then you slather it with hot meat sauce, which is like scrambled up hamburger, and then they mix, give it a little heat. And they
it doesn't sound totally terrible. Maybe if you did a couple veggie burgers, I'm not sure.
Well, right, the veggie burger, right, the hot meat sauce, you wouldn't be able to do that because you don't eat meat. And if you didn't eat meat and you ate that sauce, you would immediately have an explosion. 10 minutes later, your body would go into complete shock if you put that in your system.
That's what happened the last time I had bacon.
I bet.
Probably 15 years ago, and I spent 3 days in bed. It was, the most god-awful pain.
Right. So, yeah, this would kill. A garbage plate would kill you. You would die. You would fall out and die. But I have to say, for people that are vegetarians or don't eat meat, they do a plate, and they put like a fried egg on top, but you wouldn't be able to get the meat sauce. So you would just do ketchup and mustard and onions, okay? Because that's
on eggs.
Yeah, on your fried egg. You throw your fried egg on there.
Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds worse than the meat plate.
And they do the grilled cheese plates.
Oh, what's that? I love grilled cheese.
You do your mac, your home fries, and then you have a grilled cheese and you throw that on top with ketchup, mustard, and
that one sounds good.
See, so right. So you just wouldn't be able to do the hot meat. And I wonder, like, could I do? I bet you I could do a hot meat sauce, but just replace it with like all kinds of vegetables and add the spicy, because it's like a tomato-y paste with.
It sounds like spaghetti sauce.
It's spaghetti sauce, but it's got more of like people will put like cinnamon in there and nutmeg. It's got a little sweet heat kick to it. I could do a hot meat sauce, like a hot veggie sauce. I could do it.
That sounds kind of yummy.
Yeah. So, yeah, the garbage plates are, funny. So anyway, I posted on there, and then you had said, I don't want any garbage plate. I'm not eating them. But you say garbage panties. You did a typo. And you made it garbage panties. So
I tried to fix it.
Of course, everybody on my news feed was completely cracking up. And a friend of mine, Kristen, said, she wouldn't mind trying some of those garbage panties. So
that's an industry. People mail underwear. Maybe I'll mail Kristen some underwear.
Yeah, maybe you could mail. Yeah, you could do the underwear. Speaking of that, the underwear. I don't know what show I was watching, but instead of they had to produce so many of those smelly panties, okay, that they just couldn't wear them and like naturally produce that. So they would open up a tuna fish can.
Orange is the new black.
Was that it?
Yep.
And they would dab a little tuna fish, and then they would wrap it up and shove it in a bag and just let them ferment like that.
You have problems if your underwear is smelling like tuna fish.
But that's what they want, so that's how you're making the money over there.
What do you mean they want that?
That's what men buy those.
To smell like tuna fish?
Well, but they want to think the woman was wearing them.
When I wear my underwear, it doesn't smell like tuna fish.
If you wear it for 10 straight days and don't change it, it will.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not going to try that.
Okay, well, that's the point.
I didn't know that. I thought they wanted, like, wear once. I can't wear underwear for 10 days.
Oh. Jen.
Shame.
I'm ringing my shame bell for you.
You are never asking me to be on this again.
So anyway, we're jumping all over the place here. So let's get back to the royal wedding. Is there anything else? Let's see. Oh, what about the reverend who spoke, the black reverend who's like straight out of probably one of the greatest black churches ever. I don't know where it is. Oh, he's from Chicago, so his past, his church must be there. In his sermon, I was dying during it, okay? Because normally during those sermons, the way he was preaching, people in the church would be like, amen, amen, you know what I mean? And yelling out during it. So it's, number one, it sounded so random that they were all like dead silent, which I'm thinking like Oprah was probably back there, like getting ready to yell out, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, amen. You know what I mean? So they were all they looked in shock. They didn't know what to do. They'd never heard anything like that. But I tell you, I loved him. I thought he was great. A little long-winded. you know? But